But let me just make this statement to you at the end of this is this. You're going to have to be willing to listen for the answer that He gives you in this. I may even come multiple times. You have to be ready for His answer because God will give you, at least in my mind, about 3 different answers. Sometimes He'll say, yes, I can do this. Hezekiah in 2 Kings 20 said, he wept and said, I don't want to die. And the Lord said, Isaiah, go tell him he can have 15 more years. Sometimes you can get a cup, I'm going to die, and you can say, can you take this away? And God says, yeah, and He does. Sometimes the answer is no. And remember in 2 Kings 12, David is praying for 7 days, fasting and praying about his child. And the child dies. And afterwards he gets up and he cleans himself up and goes, and the people, they ask him, they said, this is a strange thing that you're doing. And he said, while the child was yet alive, I fasted and wept, for I said, listen to this phrase, who can tell whether God will be gracious to me that the child may live? Now he is dead, I shall go to him, but he shall not return to me. What a unbelievably gut-wrenching, hard thing to deal with for people. Sometimes the answer, I'm done, is this: I will give you the strength to get through what you're facing right now. Paul asked 3 times, can you take this from me? Same thing. Can you take this from me? And he said, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, he says, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities and reproaches and necessities and persecutions and distresses for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I'm strong. He's saying every time I get a cup, I just trust God and let God strengthen me through it. In Paul's situation, there was pain in the cup, but there was power, strength, and influence and humility found in it as well. And of course, they're asking God, can you do the one thing? But they're also saying to themselves, your will be done in this thing. And I thought about that. I thought about all the things people are going through in this room or that are dealing with things of the past and maybe even the jitters of what they're facing right now based on things they've experienced in the past. And they're wondering, how do I deal with these things? I'm just telling you, in anything you're dealing with, what you need to do right now is take every bit of this to God. Be prepared for whatever answer He gives, but trust Him in the midst of it.